should discuss and talk in detail what kind of colourful activities can be planned and organised to praise the exploits of the previously great persons of Mount Paektu in this meaningful year.
남조선에게 그동안에 우리가 어떤 사업을 해나가야 하는 거야 되는 문제들을 수권에서 구체적으로 토의되다고 봅니다.
네, 아주 좋은 의견이라고 생각합니다.
I think it's a good idea, Mr.
그러니까 아주 오래도 깊은 해라는 게 여러분들이 보다 우리 전 사람 못지않게 잘 알고 계시리라고 생각합니다.
So as you know, the day is very significant to you, and you know well as almost yeah.
7월 27일, 1953년 7월 27일, 우리 조회관 전쟁 승리.
So I suggest as a point is we have two important occasions this year, which is related to Korean people. So I want to just ask how we can just take advantage of these two occasions well to just
Well, if I may continue, first of all, thank you, General Secretary, for reminding us of the major holidays of the Korean people to be celebrated. For that, I believe the first issue to be discussed at this meeting is how we celebrate the 65th anniversary of V-Day internationally with the Korean people. As we are fully aware, the DPRK was a young fledgling country, not older than 5 years of foundation, when it fought against the US military might and its 15 satellite countries. And the victory of the Korean people won in this year was not the result of its neighbouring countries' assistance, neither of any mystic happen chance. The victory in this war, which the Korean people call as the Fatherland Liberation War, was inevitable, because His Excellency Generalissimo Kim Il-sung, an ever victorious and iron-willed commander, led the Korean people and the Korean people's army. As the Korean people were guided by their Excellencies Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il, and being guided by His Excellency Marshal Kim Jong-un now, the ever victorious history of the Korean people is being continued generation after generation, and the defeat of the US in the showdown between the Korean and the US becomes an inevitable fate. By saying that, I would like to suggest that we organise an international e-seminar about the ever victorious history of Korea, which continues along with the leadership of the great persons of Mount Paektu. As far as I can recall, the Korean Friendship Association hosted a European regional e-seminar on the occasion of the Day of the Shining Star in Victoria in February. And at this very moment, the Asia Pacific Regional e-seminar is being held, co-sponsored by the Indonesia-Korean Friendship and Cultural Exchange and the Asia Pacific Regional Committee for Korea's Peaceful Reunification. Therefore, I would like to propose that at this meeting we consider holding the International E-Seminar on the occasion of July the 27th, and its theme to be Korea's history of victory everlasting with the great leaders. At the same time, I also propose that If everyone agrees with the idea, I will try and do my best to host this e-seminar in a certain country in Asia Pacific region and try and develop it at the highest standard, well combined with local seminar at the same time. We in the region will discuss among the good friends of Korea who can be the hosting country, and in that period of time, and some of the details for the international e-seminar. After we have discussed this issue with the Secretary and finally decided the details, we will inform the convocation of the e-seminar through relevant channels for active participations.
좋은 의견이라고 생각합니다. 우리 다른 다 찬성하십니까?
Thank you, Mr. Ray, for a good idea and proposal. Is everyone okay with his proposal? Yes.
오케이. 지금 저 보우선 선생이 이야기한 대로 오늘 서술거리 방법으로 이제 토론해가지고 마지막 결정하는 것으로 초보적으로 하는 것으로 하되 이제 일과 관련해서 가면 보우선 선생이 그 인터넷 상대 조직하는 데서 무책이 되는 문제들이 없겠는지.
So as Ray Ferguson raised the issue of the seminar and every person had no objections, we will carefully decide to hold the seminar and after Ray Ferguson, do you have any issue to raise concerning the organizing this seminar in the region? There is any assistance, help?
Well, first of all, thank you, Mr. Secretary General and participants, for your support. As this will be a seminar participated by many good friends of us around the world, I believe we have to make a website much more colourful and distinctive.
국제적인 인터넷 토론회이기 때문에 세계적으로 많은 사람들이 참가하고 있습니다.
So that we upload not only written speeches and presentations,
인터넷 토론회 웹사이트를 양산을 독보하고
but we can have the works of the previously great persons of Paektu, as well as books and video clips, show the real life of Korea, people uploaded on the website for our potential visitors to this platform, so that they have a better understanding about Korea while browsing the web page.
서면 연설뿐만이 아니고 웹사이트로 자료를 편집물들, 조선의 현실을 보여주는 그러한 편집물들과 함께 올려서 웹사이트를 쓸 수 있게 설명을 하고 우리 시청자와 청취자들을 수렵하고 웹사이트를 보는 사람들이
Японский представитель выслушивает перевод.
As this is my idea about the proposed international e-seminar, it would very much appreciated if our Korean friends can provide me with such data to include into the website. It would be a great help if Korean friends could also technically assist me in designing the website.
그래서 인터넷 토론회에서 국제 인터넷 토론회에서 제가 제기하는 문제는 조선 회원들이 이 웹사이트에 멀리 적재할 수 있는 자료를 보상해주고 또 같은 과 함께 조선 회원들이 우리가 저 웹사이트를
Японский представитель выслушивает перевод.
좋습니다. 우리가 할 수 있는 것 최대로 이거는 보장하기 위해서 노력하겠습니다.
Обсуждение японских представителей. Жду перевода.
이거 실현하기 위해서 또 구체적인 거는 돌아가신 다음에 서로 소신거리 방법으로 하도록 하겠습니다.
I hope that we can can further discuss this matter in organizing international seminar after our return to our respective countries and make a relevant arrangement for the exchange of emails and ideas.
또 다른 의견 없습니까?
Any other ideas to raise?
Mr. Secretary General and members of the Coordinating Committee, I think we should clearly note that this year will mark the 70th anniversary of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. And as some of you may be aware,
Представитель
we are having
Австралии.
an e-seminar in the Asia-Pacific region at this moment. In celebration of this occasion. And I, along with other colleagues from throughout the Asia-Pacific area, have contributed to this Asia-Pacific e-seminar. While I was working on the presentation that I contributed, I reviewed the contemporary history of the DPRK. And as we realise, due to the distorted propaganda of the West and the forced misunderstanding about Korea, the ordinary people throughout the world and the general public have difficulty in understanding that the DPRK is the official name of the country, and they think this is just North Korea. However, they don't realise that the Democratic People's Republic of Korea, founded on September the 9th, 1948, is a legitimate government of the whole of Korea, established by a general election of all the Koreans in both the north and south of the country. I hope everyone here is aware of this fact, but because of the misinformation and the propaganda of Western countries in particular, most people don't understand that. And it is absolutely vital that we reaffirm this principle through all opportunities, including on the e-seminar situation. What I would like to underscore is that the Korean people are still forced to face the tragedy of a national division right up to this day, even though they mark the 70th founding anniversary of the sovereign country, the DPRK, which is in fact Korea as a whole and Korea as one. As we realise, Their Excellencies Kim Il-sung, Kim Jong-il and Kim Jong-un have devoted themselves to the historic cause of the national reunification from the first day of the formation of the DPRK. And for that, I believe we have to give wider publicity to their exploits and great contribution on this historic occasion, as well as demonstrating to the full the solidarity of the world's progressive people to the Korean people in their struggle to achieve their just cause. As you may recall, initiated by the Asia-Pacific Regional Committee for Korea's Peaceful Reunification, the Grand Peace March from Pyongyang to Panmunjom, Kaesong, was done in 2015, and many around this table were participants. And it was co-sponsored by the Korean Committee for Solidarity with the World People. As a co-chair of the organising committee, the International Festival, and praise of the great persons of Mount Paektu, I'd like to propose at this meeting organise such a peace parade once again on the occasion of September the 9th this year, in praise of the great exploits accumulated by the great leaders of Korea for the reunification of Korea, and a token of solidarity to the Korean people in their just struggle to achieve the national reunification independently and without the interference of the foreign forces. I would propose that, Secretary General, as a practical and real action that we can facilitate. Thank you.
예, 아주 좋은 의견인 것만큼 오늘 특별히 좀 회의록에 내도록 하겠습니다.
I endorsed the idea raised by this co-chair, Mr. Inaugural, and I suggest we recall the C's remarks, in particular in the minutes of the meeting with the rate.
이런 좋은 활동들이 앞으로 우리민들에게 커다란 공헌을 줄 것이라고 생각합니다. 감사합니다.
So I remain confident that such activities will render great support and encouragement to our people in the future. Thank you very much for your idea.
또 다른 의견 있습니까?
Any other good ideas to raise?
Throwing in my full support to Mr. Peter Woods and the proposed action, I believe that it will be very colorful and distinctive events we, the organizing committee, can organize on the occasion of September 9 to demonstrate the international solidarity. In the meantime, I would like to assure you my full cooperation and commitment if a decision is made to put this proposal into action. I have one more thing to raise for the discussion, taking this opportunity. On the occasion of this September 9, I believe the leading members of the organizing committee will be visiting Pyongyang to celebrate the 70th founding anniversary of the DPR Korea, together with all the Korean people. As this will be the case, I would like to suggest the second session of the organizing committee to be held on this occasion in Pyongyang. It is just my idea, my proposal. And thus we can there exchange ideas and opinions about action plans and future activities of the organizing committee. In this regard, I would like to suggest that we invite the officials of the Friendship and Solidarity organizations with the Korean people around the world who will be visiting Pyongyang in September as observers to the meeting, and we allow them to put their ideas extensively for the future activities of the organizing committee. And more than that, thus we could bring all the members of the officials of Friendship and Solidarity organization with the Korean people who will be visiting Pyongyang in September together to share their experiences and successes in their past activities, as well as as providing them with a good chance to build the network on a worldwide scale for their future cooperation in the activities to support the Korean people. Thank you.
Представитель Дании говорил о необходимости активной работы Организационного комитета.
예, 아주 좋은 의견을 생각합니다.
Mr. Anders Christensen, thank you very much for your answer.
이게 말씀드리게 되면 아까 그 이야기한 것처럼 9.9절 우리 공화국 생일 이른들 맞이하는 날이기 때문에 평양에 오셔가지고 만나서 이런 의견들 서로의 유익한 의견들을 교환하게 되면 더욱 의미가 있으리라 생각합니다.
As I already mentioned that September 9th is birthday of the 70th president, and most of you just should come to Pyongyang and we can celebrate this day together in Pyongyang. And yeah, it's really quite a nice occasion for us to get around.
또 다른 게 있습니까?
Do you have any other suggestions to raise?
Mr. General Secretary, thank you. As we all these days are greeting the day of the sun,
Ответ
which is coming
представителя
soon,
Дании.
and as leading members of the organizing committee are here today, we would like to suggest, I would like to suggest, we present a floral basket to the respected Marshal Kim Jong-un on behalf of the organizing committee of the International Festival in praise of the great persons of Mountain Paektu. I think it should be, in fact, counted as the first activity of the organizing committee after its official inauguration. I believe everyone here will support my idea, and it will be very much appreciated by our Korean friends. And then they will make due arrangement for it. That's my idea, my proposal. Thank you.
찬성하십니까?
Everyone agrees on Mr. Christensen's proposal to just prepare for basket.
좋습니다. 그럼 저 지경에 결정돼가지고 첫 사업으로서 크리스텐센 선생이 제기한 의견대로 우리 이렇게 책임적으로 이상하고 하겠습니다. 감사합니다.
As Mr. Anders Christensen raised, we'll just prepare for basket on behalf of the organizing committee, and we'll present, convey the support for the national occasion day of the sun.
오늘 그 좋은 의견들이 많이 나왔습니다. 또 다른 의견들이 있습니까?
Sir, any good ideas so far? So, do you have any ideas to raise?
Mr. Secretary General, I would like to support the proposal of my good friend and comrade Anders Christensen. The organising committee has been formed by representatives throughout the world, and we have a northern hemisphere and a southern hemisphere. Therefore, I am going to propose so that the southern hemisphere of the organising committee is not forgotten. I'm going to propose on behalf of the Australian DPRK Friendship Society that an additional floral basket be purchased for the same reasons as outlined, and so that the organising committee presents two floral baskets, one from the northern hemisphere and one from the southern hemisphere.
Уважаемый господин председатель, буквально в эти дни в Москве выходит моя книга «Солнце любви к народу», где на основании архивов корейских и российских архивов впервые систематизирована история современной Кореи после окончания войны. Я вот, к сожалению, захватил с собой только один экземпляр на русском языке, который я подарил товарищу школьнику. Мы сейчас бьемся над тем, чтобы перевести ее на английский язык. Там редкие очень материалы и редкие архивы использованы в этой книге. И я предлагаю, вот мы постараемся перевести ее на английский, что очень дорого. Она довольно такой толщины примерно. И там масса материалов новых совершенно, которые послужат нашему общему делу борьбы за независимость и на благо корейского народа. Я готов поделиться этими материалами с вами, потому что они материалы предоставлены корейскими друзьями и нашими архивами России. Я все это обобщил в одной книге, она выходит.
I didn't have much copies, so I just gave one copy to Mr. Chicago in Belarus. So of course this book was written with the help of Korean friends. And this book plays a great role among the Russians that have better understanding about the Korea. So I will write more books about DPR in the future.
Я посылал рукопись этой книги в Пхеньян. Корейские товарищи внесли кое-какие поправки, коррективы, но она одобрена и напечатана уже в Москве. Там совершенно потрясающие факты, новые, может быть, не всем известные факты истории Кореи. Например, почти все лидеры Южной Кореи, я, например, даже не знал, служили или в японской армии во время войны, или в американской. Типа Лисенмана. Это же потрясающий факт. Что еще говорить? Какие еще приводить примеры? Ну и там вы многое найдете интересного, только мы сейчас с большим трудом ищем деньги, чтобы их перевести на английский язык. И мы тут же по интернету передадим вам все мои приличные встречи. Корейские друзья, во всяком случае, пхеньяне ее читали уже. И от имени Российского общества дружбы я хотел бы выразить вам всем искреннюю благодарность и признательность за организацию этого прекрасного встречи, прежде всего нашим дорогим русским друзьям, корейским друзьям. И до новых встреч, может быть, даже в Москве. Путин собирается встречаться с Ким Чен Ыном, может быть, повернется все в теплую сторону.
Last but not least, I'd like just express my heartfelt thanks to everyone just coming over here to attend the meeting.
Спасибо.
Again, I was just delighted to friends for hosting such a beautiful just for
감사합니다. 한다는 말씀을 해주셨습니다.
Thank you everyone for your nice remarks.
우리 다음 의견도 듣겠습니다.
Any further ideas or proposals or creations?
I would like to make a comment. What our colleague from Moscow has raised is absolutely fundamental if we are to see a broader engagement internationally. Simply because so many people don't understand the history because of the propaganda that has been put out by the West. Let's not fool ourselves that they do. But with the actions that are occurring over the last few months, there is a growing interest by ordinary people who respect the fact that Koreans are now engaging in dialogue. And I think it's a very timely period to take advantage of the current situation and provide useful background historical information. And what you're doing there from Russia is what we should try and encourage all around the world. And not necessarily communication of a highly political nature, as some of us who have been involved politically are able to absorb. We need to have broader communication if we are to bring people with us. And I think the time is right. And we need to gauge the situation further with the dialogue to take place between Kim Jong-un and Moon initially, and feed people the information. And I say this from the south because I spend time with people in the south of Korea. There is a changing attitude amongst ordinary people, and we need to take advantage of that. So, terrific what you're doing, and we need to give thought to how this can be extended throughout other countries and regions. Okay, thank you.
좋은 말씀 해주셔서 감사합니다.
Only great problem, no money. No money.
Rob a bank.
모두 다른 의견 없겠습니까?
Any other suggestions?
동훈 선생님.
Comrades, firstly, thank everyone for organising this wonderful meeting. I'm sure the International Organising Committee will be very successful and will achieve many great things. Following on from Comrade Petrov's remarks from the book about books, I can announce that our UK Korean French Association and Jucha Study Group have published a wide variety of books in the English language, which we make available to all comrades here free of charge. And we're not simply trying to promote our own books, but we would like to encourage other friendship bodies and societies to do the same as we're doing and publish books, accounts of their visits to the DPRK, and make their accounts widely available to all members of the public, both in the written form and the internet and elsewhere. Thank you.
감사합니다.
I would like to raise one matter that concerns me regarding the composition of the organising committee.
한 가지 꼭 구성하는
The Asia Pacific in general is represented very well on the organising committee. And that's very important, of course, for the purpose of developing closer relations amongst all our supporters in that area. But part of the Asia Pacific region is an area known as Oceania. The two main participants in terms of countries that represent the Oceania region, of course, are Australia and New Zealand. But there are a number of small independent island countries that make up the Oceania region. And continuously we are trying to reach out into those small independent countries to try and get a foothold and to develop some understanding about the DPRK. One of the important part of Oceania is New Zealand. And the New Zealand Friendship Society has been active for many, many years. Well, an almost famous person, famous in New Zealand, who was chair of the New Zealand Friendship Society, was the late Comrade Don Molly. I would like to suggest that we give serious consideration of including a member from the New Zealand Friendship Organisation as a member of the organising committee. Because as it now stands, true, the Asia Pacific region is well represented. But when we have a look at Oceania, there are 3 Australians. Myself, Comrade Peter Woods, and Mr. Neil Fitzgerald, who's the national president of the Australian DPA. But across the ocean, just down, is New Zealand. And we can't neglect New Zealand because they have been very active. Very active. Their president is Tim Beale, who has written many fine books about the struggle of the Korean people, particularly against the might of US militarism. So I know this is a late proposal, but I'm sure my good friend and comrade Peter Woods will share my concern that if we leave this Inaugural meeting neglecting New Zealand, it will do harm to the Oceania area. So I look forward.
I'm very pleased to support it. Not just because I have dual citizenship, Australia and New Zealand, because I was born there, but I believe it's absolutely vital that we do this because they are active. They are doing a lot of active things. And so I concur with Ray. He's spot on. We should be as inclusive as possible. And I'm sure they'd be very happy to be involved.
And I am, allow me to continue, I am proposing, suggesting that Mr. Peter Wilson, who is the Secretary General of the New Zealand Society, and a member also of the original Paektu committee that organised the celebration around the Mount Paektu 5th International Festival. So I'm proposing that Peter Wilson should also be included on the organising list, Secretary from New Zealand.
같은 의견이라는 생각. 알겠습니다. 말씀드린 거는 오늘 우리가 조직위원회 결성했는데 이 명단이 고정불변한 명단은 아닙니다.
So as you saw by the organizing committee today, and the members and the membership of this organizing committee was not eternal, permanent.
또 다음이 이제 갱신돼야 되는 거니까 긍정적으로 이 문제는 이제 우리가 돌아가서 서신 고려의 방법으로 해가지고 결정합시다.
So we will just return and we'll just change this emails and we will decide.
I think it would be better to do it here today, so that when I return to Australia along with Mr. Woods, I can email Mr. Peter Wilson and to advise him that he is a member of the organising committee. I think it's essential.
그래서 이제 이 자리에서 했으면 어떻게
Yes.
저기서 가결하죠. 조리기면 여기서 가결합시다.
So then we will just vote.
찬성하는 분들 좀
Yeah.
이렇게 합시다.
Unanimous.
Now I can tell Peter Wilson he has more work to do.
That's good.
이제
Very
들어가서
good.
비트루스니까 이제 일 양이 좀 많아지고.
네. 됐습니다. 뭘 다른 것도 없겠습니까? 그러니까 이제 오늘 여러분들이 또 아주 좋은 의견들을 많이 제기했다고 생각합니다.
So I think a lot of the good suggestions that the board
여기서 이제 중요한 게 7월 27일 전승절 맞으면서 국제 인터넷 토론에 저지가자는 문제, 그다음에 국절 맞으면서 평양에서 평화 대행진을 하자는 문제, 임기에 조직위원회 2차 회의하고 또 우리 이민가의 친선연대성 단체 선생님들이 많이 오니까 병원 교환회 같은 것도 하자는 문제 좀 많이 있습니다. 그러니까 여러 문제들은 이제 우리가 돌아가신 다음에 서로 이제 소신 고려 방법으로 더 구체화해서 꼭 성사대로 하자는 걸 말씀드립니다. 제가 오늘 이 자리에서 좀 꼭 하고 싶은 말이 있는데, 오늘 여러분들이 원하면 곳에서 벨라루시 수도 민스크에 이렇게 모여서 성의 있게 참가해 준 덕에 우리가 목적했던 행사 성과적으로 모두 마치게 됩니다.
So one last thing, but last but not least, I have to say that we give great support and assistance and aid in this.
그러니까 많은 선생님들이 의견 제기하는 것은 우리 이민가의 친선미 연대성을 어떻게 하면 보다 더 강화하겠는가 하는데 목적을 두고 있는 것입니다.
So I see that all of the proposals that are used to be raised, that initially the purpose of it is that how we strengthen and how we develop and grow.
그러니까 돌아가시면 그 고마운 마음들 변치 말고 앞으로 더욱더 또 연기 외교의 활동들을 물려주리라고 기대합니다.
So I remain confident that after your return to your country, you will just continue to support it.
공식 회의로서는 오늘 이 민스크에서 이거 마지막 기회이기 때문에 제가 지금 이야기하는 겁니다. 이 기회에 책임들과 윤대성 교수님 변장으로서 오늘 선생님들이 지난 시기 우리 민가의 친선미 윤대성 활동들을 사심없이 보여준 데 대해서 깊은 사의를 표합니다.
So availing myself of this opportunity, I'd like to thank the capacity of the vice chairman for great for your active
특히 이번 민스크 회의 성과적으로 되도록끔 사심없이 적극적인 협력을 준 이 벨라루시 우리의 친근한 보신 리오니드 스콜린코브 선생에게 다시 한번 깊은 사의를 표합니다. 이제 여러분들이 돌아가시는 건강하신 몸으로 우리 서로 소신거래 방법으로 오늘 토론된 문제를 더 구체화하고 더 강화해 나가도록 하자는 걸 끝으로 말씀드립니다. 감사합니다.